Yes, 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 Kings. Yes, yes, yes. Sacramento beating up on the Clippers. Sacramento Kings blow out the Clippers and basically a wire-to-wire win on Tuesday night. Did you see that? Did you see that dunk by Keegan Murray? Statue of Liberty? Ah, Malik Monk actually gave him some props, didn't give him the thumbs down. Domantas Sabonis with 20 rebounds? Almost had a triple-double, one assist short. But hey, the captain out there putting it down. In Sacramento, the Kings defeat the Los Angeles Clippers 109-95. And currently, the Sacramento Kings are 44-31 on the year. And the Clippers are currently 47-28. And the Kings are currently in 8th place. Yesterday, they were up as high as 6th place. The Phoenix Suns have won a game since then, and so did the Pelicans. The Lakers continue to climb, are in 9th place with the same win as the Kings, 44, but they do have 33 losses. The Kings have 31. So this race, man, it's been an interesting race, and the Kings need to continue to win. Today is April 4th, 2024, and I appreciate you joining me. Y'all back? We back. Y'all back? We definitely back. Hopefully you're here for the whole video. I have some good things to say. I'm gonna review and analyze this game real quick. And I just want to say, what's going on, YouTube? And what's going on with all my folks and all you Kings fans out there? It's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup with Joe with Jay.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a strong cup of Joe today. Nice and warm. It's perfect. And today is Thursday.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore.
Throwback Thursday.
But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
Man, Throwback Thursday brings me back to the old Kings when back in 2003. I'm watching Mike Bibby right now in the post game. Seeing him in the suit is crazy. I just remember those games when he hit those big time threes. We looked like we were headed for a championship. All right, my cup of Joe for today. We have seen guys stepping up, guys like Keegan Murray and also Harrison Barnes in these games where we are missing Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter. So that's great. That's perfect. Good on the Kings. We need that to keep going. Trey Lyles and Davion Mitchell have been stepping up off the bench, which is great. That's good. We need that to keep going. We just defeated the Clippers, blew them out, and we were up by like 22, 24 points in the fourth quarter, and we closed the game out. And that's what the Kings need to do against these Western Conference teams. So that game was perfect, and it was at home. They held it down at home. Clippers were missing Kawhi Leonard, but hey, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. All of these guys are in the NBA, and all these guys are in the NBA for a reason. So these Kings can't take anybody lightly. They can't go into any games lackadaisical, and they need to be ready to step on teams next, just like they did against these Clippers. So good on you, Kings. That's my cup of Joe. One creamer, no sugar. Quick stats. The Clippers' leading scorer was Russell Westbrook off the bench with 20. Paul George also pitched in with 18. Norman Powell had 17. And Ivica Zubac had 10 points. Sorry if I butchered that first name. Zubac also had 11 rebounds, and James Harden had 8 assists on the night. Only 6 points on the night for James Harden. So I don't know if it was the Kings defense or Harden just having a bad night, but way to hold down James Harden to under 10 points scoring. And for the Kings, Domantas Sabonis would have been 22 points. He also had 20 rebounds, led the Kings in both categories. He also had 9 assists, which also led the Kings. Domantas Sabonis filling the stat sheets, holding it down. The captain Sabonis being the captain that he is. Also, De'Aaron Fox pitched in 20. Keegan Murray with a big 19 points on the night. Good on you, Keegan Murray. Keep scoring like that. And off the bench, we had Trey Lyles and Davion Mitchell pitching 15 and 14 points respectively. That's exactly what we need from those guys. Good job, guys. Trey Lyles came in, grabbed 5 boards. De'Aaron Fox also had 7 assists, so good for De'Aaron Fox. A few other guys got some time. They didn't score much. Kobe Jones got 2 points. Keon Ellis only had 3 points, but he did have 7 rebounds on the night with some pretty good scoring. So as of right now, the Keon Ellis experiment is working. Hopefully it'll keep working. Team stats. This Kings shot 42% on the night. Clippers shot 40%. Kings shot just good enough to beat the Clippers, had 8 more buckets than them. 3-pointers, the Kings only shot 28%, which is horrendous, 12 of 42 on the night. And the Clippers actually shot decent, 40%, but it just wasn't enough to beat the Kings, who were able to hit 1 more 3 than them. Free throws, pretty close, 76 for the Kings, 81 for the Clippers. Kings shot okay from the line. Assists, the Kings had 11 more assists with 29. They had 5 more blocks. Alex Len was out there blocking guys. It was good to see. He had like 3 or 4 blocks by himself. Steals, Kings had 10 turnovers. Clippers had 15 points in the paint. Kings had 46. Clippers had 30. Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. We're going to take an eye test. Going to get the Kings an eye test. Oh, yeah, man. Ooh, yeah. What can I say, man? The Kings looked good last night, or on Tuesday night against a Western Conference rival, the Clippers. They were without Kawhi Leonard, so that gives me a little pause as to giving the Kings too much credit. But yet and still, this is still a great team, and it's a deep team with a lot of stars and former superstars on this team. So for the Kings to hold down the court at home, great on the Kings. Perfect win. They held it down. They were it was tied after 1 quarter. The Kings were up at half. The Kings also went up to a pretty big lead at the end of the third, and the Clippers tried to come back in the fourth, but I like how the Kings came out in the third quarter and stepped on their necks. Clippers gave a push, but the Kings were able to hold it down in the fourth. So great. Keegan Murray out there looking athletic, getting dunks, dunking on people, making some nice dimes, some nice passes, looking a little bit more aggressive on offense, which is great. Good on you, Keegan. He's not thinking pass first. He's dribbling. He's getting to the bucket. He's dunking on guys. Great development of Keegan Murray. I love it. Keep it up. He's playing these big games against these Western Conference rivals. It's only going to bode well for his development. De'Aaron Fox out there doing his thing, holding it down, driving to the basket. He was doing some great playmaking with some assists. In the absence of Malik Monk, guys that stepped up. Harrison Barnes didn't have a big scoring night, but he did hit some big shots at the end of the game. He only had 6 points on the night, but he did have a couple big shots, and he was out there trying to play some defense. So, and it was also good to see Davion Mitchell and Trey Lyles come off the bench with some athleticism, and Trey Lyles coming in with some defense and some rebounding. So great on the Kings. They played like they're supposed to play. They played Kings basketball. So that's my eye test. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line for this game is the Kings played how they needed to play. They held down the court at home. They never looked scared. They never looked intimidated by this Clippers team. And the Kings are that team that I said in one of my other videos, they can be beaten by anybody, but they can also beat anybody. So that's how they looked like tonight. Like they were able to conquer a good team. They went out, held down their court, put their foot on the neck of the Clippers early, closed out the first half, and then really stumped on their necks in the third and held out and closed out the game for the fourth quarter. And that's how they need to play. Bottom line. Next up, the Kings, they can't rest on their laurels. They need to stay in the game, stay in the fight. They are on this road trip currently. 1, 2, 3, 4 games on the road. And tonight, the Sacramento Kings are in New York facing off against the Knicks. That game is 4:30 Pacific time. Be there, be square. And also subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel so you can see my review and analysis tomorrow, the next day after the game. The Kings are looking to get revenge on the Knicks, who blew them out last time they played at home in Sacramento, with Brunson having a 40-point game against the Kings. So hopefully the Kings are coming in with that thought of revenge, come back against these Knicks really hard tonight. Somebody's going to have to D up Brunson. I don't know who it's going to be. Probably Keon Ellis is probably going to have to stay with them for the bigger portion of the night. So good luck, Keon Ellis. Somebody's going to have to stay in front of them. They're going to have to use double teams, and they're going to have to hold down the court down low as well. The Knicks obviously are led by Jalen Brunson. They also have Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, who was a recent addition. Dante DiVincenzo, who has been on a tear recently. He's had a few 30-point games recently this past month, and he's something has unlocked in DiVincenzo. I'm not sure if it's the coach, but his offense is unlocked, and he's been scoring a lot of points. They have Hartenstein, who is also a very solid big man down low, Josh Hart, Miles McBride. I'm a little nervous about this game just because of the way the Knicks came into Sacramento and smacked us around a little bit. They were fouling the hell out of us, and the refs weren't calling it. Hopefully the game will be called a little better in New York, with not so much hacking and slaps to the face and things like that being allowed. So we'll have to see about that. Eastern Conference teams are usually more defensive than the Western Conference teams generally. So we'll see how the Kings are able to go out into New York and battle against a defensive team in their crib. Okay, it's going to be a test. A little nervous about the game, but hopefully the Kings can hold it down. We'll see. And like I said, check back in with me tomorrow to see my analysis of the game. All right, guys. So tonight's game, the Knicks are favored by 3.5 out there in New York. So if you feel like the Kings could win this game or lose by 3 points or less, you would bet here. If you think the Knicks are going to win by 4 more points, you would bet here. Me personally, I would go with the Kings. And this is money line bet, straight up bet who you just think is going to win straight up. Okay, so you can win a little bit of money. Not a lot, but you can win some money betting on the Kings to win straight up this game. Also, they have the Heat on here, -2.5 to win against the Sixers. How do you feel about that game? And Dallas blowing out the Hawks by 12. How do you guys feel about these betting odds right here? If you guys want to bet on the games, use this site that I used. Use this app, Bet Us. It's a great app. The link is below in the description, and it helps the channel out if you use the link. Thanks. And I have a question. How do you guys feel about the current race right now with everything jumping up and down so frequently? We're jumping up from 6 to 8, and jumping back up and down, and 7th, and going back and forth on a daily basis. Where do you think the Kings are going to land? Do you think we're going to be in a playing game, or do you think we're going to be in the top 6 in the playoff game? Answer that question below. Comment below. Also, if you're still watching, hey, I must have said something you like, must have been kind of entertaining. You must have got some type of analysis from this. Please like the video. I ask you, please like the video. It'll help me grow. We're new, but we're trying to grow the channel. And also, please subscribe to the channel. If you like talking Kings, you like hearing Kings news, you like talking Sacramento Kings, please, I ask you, subscribe to the channel. And also make a comment. It helps the channel as well. And if you can, share the content. If you like this content, you think I'm good at my analysis, go ahead and share the content. Say, hey, here's a new guy talking Kings talk. Or if you think I'm trash, share that too. I don't care. And I have a motivational quote for you guys today. I've used this quote before, but I really like this quote, and I believe it to be true. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but an habit. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. That's an excellent quote. I love that quote. You are what you do all the time. You are what you do consistently. And that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I appreciate you for joining me. I appreciate you for watching this far. And once again, I hope that you'll join me after the game tonight. Come back tomorrow for another episode of the King's Morning Midday Cup of Joe. Joe with Jay. Yeah, good cup of Joe right there. Good victory for the Kings over the Clippers, the West Coast rival. And we'll see how they do tonight against the Knicks. So, like I said, come back and join me tomorrow. And with that, I'm out. But before you go, check out my movie. It's good.